Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Alexis and this is the Goddess of Daydreams Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing my reading a little bit different today. I am burning some Palo Santos to cleanse the air because what I am going to talk about is quite heavy. Um, I'm going to be doing a dream interpretation. My dream. I believe this dream I've had a couple of months back was very significant while I was studying the tarot. And I knew when I had this dream that this was going to be something that I was going to have to talk about. I just didn't know how, so I had to, educate myself a little bit into the tarot cards and the esoteric. But with my confidence, I am, this is a dream. I believe it's a bit of a warning and a wake up call to many. And with the previous uh, videos I have done in the tarot, I believe. Wait, what I just said? Excuse me, I'm not making any sense. I'm still drunk of that full moon energy. But as I was saying, yes, this dream I believe I had it at the beginning of the year, and I knew this was sort of significant. Now, for a bit of a warning, it is going to be a little bit violent. If you cannot handle sort of tense situations at the moment, you can come back to this reading when you're ready to hear it. And for the few of you that know me, you already know how intense my dreams are. So this is basically going to be a walk in the park for me. Um, so with that said, I'm going to go and jump right into it. So as I said, I had this dream in the beginning of the year, around January, February. It began in New York, or what looked like New York. For those of you who have been around the Fifth Avenue and kind of down that whole block, you're a bit familiar how the street looks. For those of you, it started off with me and someone standing on Fifth Avenue. So Fifth Avenue is like one of those main streets in Manhattan. A lot of busy traffic, a lot of businesses, a lot of prestigious, pretentious, important places in these blocks or on Fifth Avenue. Um, it was me and I don't know if I would say my spirit guide or my ancestor, but it could have been both. He was a bit shorter than me, a little bit more darker than my complexion. He had like a mustache and a bit of curly hair. I would say he looked like he was in his 30s. We were standing together on one side of the street, looking at the opposite side, and it was a building. It looked like it had a couple of floors, but the focus point that we were looking was in the front. It was all glass, so you could see through the first and the second floor. Even though it was a very bright day, like clear blue skies, everything was bright. Within this building, behind the glass wall, it was very dark in there. And we were looking at each other, kind of like, you sense that, right? Well, this is us talking telepathically. I'm like, you sense that, right? And he's like, yeah, I sense the presence coming from in there. And I'm like, so this is what we need to explore? And he said, yeah. So I already have the impression that um as I was sleeping, I was summoned to go and look at something. Um, this is not the first time. I kind of have this like presence where I'm in a dream and it's like my presence has been aware. But, we'll get into that a little bit later. So telepathically, we're like, okay, yeah, I sense what's going on. It's a lot of heavy evil energy in this place. Let's go and take a look or explore into it. So we go through these glass doors, and it seemed like a big space, like an event space, not too big, and it was a career fair going on, or like a job fair. The thing about this job fair, and I got to be very careful with how I word this, let's just say the jobs that were in this job fair are all the companies and corporations that have serious problems. Like any corporation or institution or company that you have found problematic, that is hurting not only the the world, but it's also hurting the people in the world in general. Let's just say that they were all there having a career fair. So I was like, okay, so this is very telling, and this is very, what's the word? Very dark, because I'm looking, the job fair didn't seem as full as it was supposed to be, but there were people there inquiring for positions within the for these jobs within these companies and institutions. So me and I'm guessing my spirit guide, we were there for a little bit exploring, and we knew that there was an evil here, but something else was supposed to be happening. Like we kind of like grouped back, and we were like, I can see, like, basically kind of like evil recruiting people through the dreams, but there was something a little bit more, because the air still felt heavy. It felt dank and dark. So we were like trying to figure out what was going on. So, all right, this is where the crazy part comes in. Um, all of a sudden, I just felt whatever heavy presence that was around just got even more heavier. It was like super steep. And like all of my senses in this dream was like being shaken up. I was like, what the hell is happening? All of a sudden, it was like this wave of people in this energy. Whoops, excuse me. It was this wave as big as that rise up to the second floor, I would say, yes, came in front of the entrance and just broke in. If you guys have seen, what's that movie, World War Z, and kind of like how all those zombies accumulated and just started like flowing like crazy, that exactly is kind of like what I saw. But the difference is, it was like, how can I put it? It was like there was this red, deep energy cast all over this wave of people. It was just intense and violent. And within this wave that was coming towards us, it was people in this energy of beating each other to death. Like literally people fighting, breaking stuff over people's head. It was just uh, a barrage, a wave of violence that I've never seen. Just endless beating each other to death, coming alive and beating each other to death. And it was like all like encapsulated in this red fiery energy. I mean, I took that as rage. So all of this wave started spilling out onto the floor, and the people that was in this wave started attacking the people in the job fair. So everyone's getting beaten up. I'm like, oh my God, we got to get out of here. Somehow, me and my partner, we get separated through the wave, and I'm running away from this massive cluster of fighting people. Um, I don't even know how. I don't know. Where did I went? I went to this hallway. I was like running down this deep, like long hallway, while behind me was, this trail of violence coming behind me. Now, at this point in the dream, I kind of like laughed, but also I was like a little annoyed. So sometimes in our dreams, we do get presented with a test. And from right there and then, it shows kind of like where our energy and mindset is. The universe likes to throw out little bits of test. Yeah, it is what it is. So as I'm running and I kind of like catch up and kind of catch my breath to try to figure out how to exit this building, there was a little girl there. And she was like, I'm lost. I can't find my parents. Now, the thing with me is, and I guess the universe knows this too, I would not say it's a weakness, but I would say children are sort of my weakness. I don't want to say distraction, but I'm just like in the middle of trying to escape this riot energy. I don't even know how to describe it, you guys. It was like a catalyst, I guess you could say, a catalyst of energy that was just spewing and following me. So this little girl was like, I'm lost. I can't find my parents. And I'm like, man, I cannot stop and try to comfort this little girl. We got to get out of here. So I'm just like, okay, come with me. Now, I'm already like, I get, for me, I'm a little bit more in touch with my, I guess, motherly energy. So I'm going to like protect this child. But at the same time, I'm aware of if I am not quick and if I'm not aware of my surroundings, I'm going to be taken in by this catalyst energy. So what I did was I was like, you have to hold my hand, never let go. And I kind of had to like push her in like to the back, but kind of like still holding her hand, because by then when I made that decision, I already saw like the energy coming towards me. So I'm running. The energy is starting to catch up with me. I'm like already in this vortex of cataclysm rage. So I see an exit door at the end, but it's getting darker because this vortex is starting to form around me and starting to form around the door, and it was about to get close. So I'm running, I'm just pushing through, I'm trying to block all the hits, all of this energy. I'm running towards the door. I open it. A bright light comes out. So with this next part, again, I guess I'm going to have to bring up a movie. If you saw the first Doctor Strange, if you remember where it was like him and one of the guys from the temple, they were running from, or I forgot who they were running from, but they were running from this group in the mirror world. And when they entered the mirror world, you saw like New York was like sideways, upside down, upright. Basically, when I opened that door, that is exactly what I saw. But as I opened the door, this vortex of catalyst energy spewed out. And while that spewed out, another like flow of that catalyst energy was flowing out from the top, from the left, from the right. It was just energy flying all over. What was different though was once this energy was spewed out, people started to drop from that vortex and started running like rooftop to rooftop. Like there were still people fighting, but there was also people escaping. So now I'm on the rooftop and I'm catching my breath. I meet my guide. He's there. He's like, "Oh, thank God you're alive. I found you." And the little girl was there with me too. She was like, "You know what? I'm going to wait for my parents up here. I know I can find them up here." And I'm just like, "Okay, I can trust you. I saved you. You all good. Go ahead and wait for your parents." So now we're coming towards the end of the dream. After like me and my partner have found a way down to the first floor again, we see some of the people who are in the job fair are busy cleaning up, debris, blood, all these things. It was very heavy. There was a woman there, however. She seemed like in her late 30s, early 40s. She was sweeping the floor. I would say a little bit overweight, but not really. A lot of thick curly hair, and she was kind of looking down, sweeping. So I remember I had felt compelled to talk to this woman, and I was like, no. I Before that, I saw an energy within this woman. I saw her and her family. She had two children, and I kind of saw glimpses of her kind of having fun, and then I saw glimpses of her saying to her children, like, I can't do that today. I got to go to work. I have to go to work. I got to go do this. I have to go do that. And I remember in the dream, I went to her and I said, ma'am, I know you are trying to provide the best for your children, and you are trying to make it in this world so that they can live a good life and try to do better for them. But where you are is not going to give them that. The energy and place that you are in is taking away the freedoms and the liberty that your children are not going to have in the future. When you're gone and your children are left, they are going to have to face evils and energies and a world where it's going to be harsher to survive in. And as long as you're in this energy or in this environment or place, you may think you are doing better. Excuse me. You may think you are doing well for your children. And I understand that as a parent, whatever you can get, you will take. But you are also robbing them of their future. And you are robbing yourself of all the effort that you have made to make sure to give them a good life. If you continue being in this energy or in this environment that you know is not only good for your children, but it's not good for mankind, everything that you have worked for will be lost. And the life that you have promised your children will not come into fruition. I said something along the lines of that. I know I was way deeper. Like, throat chakra was on point. Anyway, she just looked at me and shrugged and went back to sweeping. So I was like, bitch! And I was about to like fight her, but my guide held me back. So I was like calmed and we just left. And that was the end of the dream. When I look back at this dream, I see two energies that a lot of people are entrapped in through society. One, that catalyst vortex of rage. I mean, let's be honest. A lot of us over the years have accumulated a built-up rage within ourselves, and we just want to hurt others. That was definitely clear in the dream. We just want to, just hurt others. The other energy that I saw within the dream was there are people who feel trapped within their job and within their position and feel like I have to do what I can to support my children, but I'm working in a space where I know it's going to eventually destroy whatever I have worked on for my children. And I may not be living in the world in whatever's coming in the future, because my energy will pass, but my children will still stay in this world. And it's going to be a world where, whoops, too many. It's going to be in a world where there is no peace, no joy, no prosperity. It is just engulfed in that rage. So yeah, that was kind of a long dream. I didn't want it to spend that much time on it, but at the same time I do, because again, this was a very heavy, huge energy that I saw. And as a Pisces, so the dream realm is kind of a little more easy for me to navigate. And what I saw was a lot of the collective energy, a lot of what society is going through. And it's very depressing and sad. It's either a lot of people are angry and they want to hurt, and then the other group is there's people that they just feel stuck and trapped in the job that they're in. They feel like they cannot move on. This is the only way that I can make a living, not only for me, but for my children. And what you're doing is it's a lie and a truth at the same time. So I'm just going to pull 5 cards. Oh, yeah. Just to kind of get an overall reading and message for this dream. So at the beginning, we have judgment. So with this judgment energy, it is definitely a wake-up call. It is to arise to what is happening around you right now, to what is happening around the collective. And then with the Two of Wands, we have people kind of like figuring out, I'm kind of seeing an energy of which side to take. Do I take this side? Do I take this side? And with these two energies, you have to be very careful, because you may be looking at a side with, or a certain group with, I don't, okay, yeah, brain. Okay. You may be looking at a certain group with certain prejudice, so you want to go inside with another group, but you're not really exactly fully seeing what is happening on either side. You're not getting the full truth or information on what you are participating in. And I believe that's why this judgment card and this Two of Wands is here, because you need to, or spirit is letting you know, either through your dreams or through the physical reality, that there is a judgment, a change in energy that you have to see and acknowledge. And the side that you may be in, that you might think is righteous, is not. Personally, for me, I try not to take any sides, because information is not fully given, or truths are not being fully revealed. So I cannot decide where I'm going to be or who I'm going to be with if I cannot get the full picture. Now, with the Seven of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, some of you are waiting for an energy where you are liberated, where you are free, where you are independent. That's the beauty of the Nine of Pentacles. So you're standing in your own energy. You're standing in your own power. But also another problem with this is you're waiting on it, or you're waiting for someone to give you this energy or this power. You do not want to wait on that. You do not want to wait for your saviors or your leaders. You have to be your savior, your own leader. Because at the end, I have the devil. And with the devil, that's fear, using fear and control. And in that dream, that was to me, that was one of the main themes that I saw, using fear as control. With the Catalyst Vortex, that was a fear of rage, of fighting, of calamity. And then with the other one, with the workers, it's a fear of lack, a fear of I'm going to lose what I have gained if I do not do things a certain way. And if you are waiting for people or for certain leaders or groups or anyone to give you answers, the answers are not going to come to you. And if they do, they're going to come to you in the form of a negative attachment. That's why it is important that you look at all sides of the situation, of the spectrum, of the issue. And if you don't, and you don't learn how to make up your own decisions, of course you can go and ask for help and opinions and insight. But if you don't learn to formulate your own opinions and follow what's right and trust your intuition, then You are going to be forever entrapped in this energy of fear, of lack, of low worth. This dream is a big wake-up call for a lot of you to start looking at your environment and the people and places that you are in, that you think you may be doing something good or you may be doing something right, and it's the exact opposite, or it is not aligning to your truths and your values, your morals. Remember your morals, remember your values. Remember, you are a valuable being. Your time, your energy is valuable. I'm going to use the After Tarot to go a little bit deeper. I hope you guys are enjoying these messages. I mean, it's kind of like, oh my God, like there's going to be a vortex of rage after me? No, there's not. But if you're not aware of the energies around you, then yeah, you could either be caught in that vortex, or you could be caught in that energy of just all work, all work, all work, and not living your life. And going back to the waiting for answers or for a savior, there are people out there that are going to keep things a secret, no matter what. This kind of goes back to what I was saying in one of my readings. Again, I don't know what that movie is. I gotta go find it out. And I don't know if it's Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to like bash you or anything, but it was just a line from, I think it was like this old Wall Street movie. But it was a line of, you can't handle the truth. I really hate that line because as a society, as a collective, we need to know exactly what is going on. What is the situation? What is really happening? So for us, we can decide how we are going to move forward in fixing this problem. Now, there are some people that unfortunately cannot handle certain truths. And that's understandable because of the certain conditioning or mindset that they have been raised. But that is not for you to stop me from gaining the truth and allowing people to live in a lie that they're not understanding of. Now, if you don't want to believe this truth, that is fine. I have to respect that. I cannot force that upon you. That is going to be for you at some point in time for you to understand. But you do not rob me from the truth. Do you understand that? And that's what a lot of people need to be in that energy. You are not going to deny me the truth. You are not going to rob me of the truth. You have to tell me everything that is happening so that I know what I need to do to keep my ass safe and also to keep my ass out of harm. If you are denying me the truth, I'm going to assume that you want to harm me, that you want to hurt me, that you want to control me. And I am not yours to control. I am not your master, and you are not my master. And so it is. All right, I'm going to pull 2 more cards. All right, beautiful. And one more. And for those of you that feel you are stuck either in sadness or in rage, you have there is a calling for you to get yourself out of that energy. You may not know how to, just ask. Ask your guides, ask your ancestors. How am I to go and change about certain things in a different way? All right. Now, for under this judgment, I have the Wheel of Fortune. So with this choice or this wake-up call that you are about to make, it is going to start moving your wheel. It is going to start moving things in your favor. There are going to be a couple more energies that are going to interfere because they're going to want to keep you entrapped. But you now have this power of knowing that there is something off, there is something wrong. I need to now go and handle this. Under the Two of Wands, we got the Ace of Pentacles. But with this ace, it has been dropped, and a beetle is now being held by the divine hand. Now, under this Two of Wands, if you do not seize up on the opportunity, whether if it's now or in the future that comes to you, you are going to be given something a little more difficult to handle. Now, for some, like people who like bugs, this might be a situation that they're going to be able to handle. But for some, like getting caught up in the vortex, you're not going to be able to handle that. So this is kind of giving me this energy of keep an eye out for what you ask. What you ask, you shall receive. But be open to how it's also going to be received. Some of you may think, what I'm asking for is going to come this way. It's going to likely come that way. And you're going to be like, what am I supposed to do with this? If you meditate, if you follow your intuition and follow the signs, you will know what this beetle means for you. The beetle is sort of like your avant-garde way of getting out of the hellhole or getting out of this entrapment energy. Now, with the Seven of Pentacles, I have the Six of Cups. Now, with this card, I actually do see this as a positive change, because those of you who are waiting for answers or people to come in to give you the answers, or for you to move out of a certain situation, you are no longer waiting on that energy or on that person. You are following, and these are two children, so not only you're following your inner child, but you're also following your intuition on, I'm just going to leave. You know what? I'm not getting the answers, and I'm not getting the truth that I need so that I can make certain decisions in my life accordingly. So with that, I am just going to go with the flow and go and enjoy my life. Now, under the Nine of Pentacles, we have the Eight of Pentacles. But with this Eight of Pentacles, he has completed his task or his art project. So once you guys are starting to incorporate your inner flame, your passion, your thrive for life, you will be able to take on projects on your own and do things for your own, or you will be in an environment where you are going to work and you are going to make prosperous, beautiful things. There are people out there that see your worth, your independence, and your power as worthy, talented. You have what it takes to make. And here you are making it. Here you are thriving in your field of whatever you choose. Very beautiful energy. This is an energy that you can escape out of the catalyst using your own power. Now, under this devil, I have the Four of Cups, and then I have death. So with this is also a very heavy warning. So this row is basically promising this is one way that you can come out of these energies that are going around you in your world. If you align to your higher self and your higher energy, you are going to be prosperous and thrive and becoming who you're meant to become, staying in your power and staying in your energy. But on this side, if you continue, hold on. With this side though, if you continue to allow others to control you, to have a say in your life, and you do not see the optimism of all the potential energy that can come to you, because you see this guy, he's just basically like, you know what, whatever, I don't need it. I'm dumping this water out. When this water is supposed to, give you the movement, the thrive that you need. If you do not heed this warning, this change will come, and it is not a change for the better. Um, I'm not going to say there's going to be a lot of death, but it is going to be a lot of heavy heartache. It's going to be a lot of more catastrophic energy within your life and the energy around you. This this is an energy you have the power to avoid, but you cannot go and see an opportunity and be like, I don't need it, or dismiss it. Yes, don't dismiss energies that are coming to you that you might have asked for. Remember, they're not going to come in a way that is going to be all big and solid and exactly what you wanted. The answers are going to come to you in, little minuscule ways that will grow if you decide to. Oh, you know what, I'm gonna pull this out since it's made itself shown. Yeah, you. Okay, I'm sorry, I got distracted by the Six of Wands. I just wanted to pull that out quickly because I was called to it. So you do have a progression to be made. However, with the Six of Wands, and the thing about this card is, it's not only a card of victory, but it's also a card of progression and showing the example. Be the example in your family, be the example in your community, in society, of being in your power, standing in your strength, and showing to others you too can overcome these energies. For me, in my dream, I mean, I can easily overcome these energies because I have dealt with very darker situations than what I saw. But I know if I'm in my power and I'm in my truth and I am in my energy, I can overcome. I cannot wait for others to do for me, because they will take advantage of me. They will use me. They will take my trust and they will use it for their own fulfillment while I'm left cleaning after the mess. And you do not want to be cleaning up after any other people's messes. I'm going to pull one final card. Pulling Cloak card. So yeah, you guys, that's my dream interpretation. I do like these. I do like this spread because it's giving like both ways. You have been called, or you have been acknowledged that yes, you are right. The environment or people or places and situations are toxic, draining, dangerous, unhealthy, but if you do not make the move and continue to wait for others to do for you to get you out of this hellhole, you are going to remain in that hellhole. And the more you remain in that hellhole, the worse it's going to get for you. You're not going to be able to recover as much as you wish to be in. All right, and we have, ooh, interesting. We have the twin. So I'm getting strong yin and yang energy. Balance the energies of who you allow in your life. Balance the energies of what you allow in your life. Balance the boundaries and the freedoms that you give for yourself and to others. Balance the rage within you. Balance the sadness within you. You cannot eradicate anger and you cannot eradicate sadness. That is always something humanity is going to have to deal with and that we have. But what we do have is the power to control it and to maintain it, that we have less sad days and less angry times. But it's not going to come until you yourself make this balance. With that said, that's it for the reading. If I have any more dreams that seem very heavy that the collective need to know, I'm definitely going to be doing those type of readings. However, for now, this is sort of like my first. I'm going to guess this won't be my last dream interpretation reading. I'll be happy to do, more when spirit, gives me a couple more downloads. But yes, you guys have the power to balance your energy and to take back your life and your energy. I hope you guys enjoyed these messages. I hope something resonated for you in here. Please like, share, and subscribe. I would deeply appreciate the support for my channel. And thank you to all the new subscribers and followers. I deeply appreciate, yes, the likes, the subscribes, the follows, and the shares. It helps, and I am very grateful and thankful for it. With that said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Stay safe and have a good day.